Welcome back, guys, to the channel. Today I want to talk about some lower body lifting gear that I use when I train legs. So there's like three main ones that I tend to use when I start, going for those PRs, going for heavier lifts to build muscle. If you're just starting out, I wouldn't recommend using this necessarily right away. You want to try to get your form, technique on point and kind of build up, how much weight you're using before you kind of entertain any of this stuff. You don't want to become too reliant on it. You'll kind of know once you start going heavier and maybe you need it in these certain circumstances, but I would say, start off without it. First thing that I like to use is a lifting belt. This helps with like core stabilization and while you're like deadlifting and squatting. So very typical thing that you'll see people at the gym use. This is a Rise lifting belt. Another good brand is Inzer, if you ever heard of that. There's usually two types. You'll see the prongs where you there's holes on one side. You'll put the prongs in, hold the strap. And then I have a lever belt where there's also prongs here. They kind of hook into this one side. And then you kind of latch it in. Just to demonstrate here, here's my core. Keeps your core tight, keeps your lower back, stable, and helps prevent against injury in that location. I also like to use a belt, outside of leg day, just for overhead shoulder press. If I'm using a barbell, that also helps you keep your, core straight, keep your back and your middle section, stable. Next piece of equipment are knee sleeves, and this is kind of the same thing. It just helps keep stability and compression around the knee joint, helping for alignment during squats and deadlifts. And like anything else, compression related, it helps, blood flow while you're doing these lifts. So I really like them when I'm doing, obviously, those heavier things. Leg press is really nice too when I'm doing that. I like to, wear the knee sleeves. Helps with, comfortability in that area while I'm doing those heavy lifts. And then the third thing, everybody could use this at any point, are lifting shoes. The purpose here is just having a flat sole area. You don't want to use running shoes for, squats. Running shoes have cushiony parts, especially in the sole. And while you're under heavy weight, the back of your foot is not stable with that cushiony area. So like these shoes I use from Noble are very good for that, very flat-footed to keep stability while I'm lifting. Another one you'll see a lot are, the Converse Chuck Taylors. Really great, classic flat-footed shoe for those heavy lifts. Like I kind of said earlier, the only negative thing about this is you don't want to become too over-reliant on these pieces of equipment. You still want your body to be able to handle the weight and develop good posture and form without these things. So I would say, if you're going for a heavier day, it's fine to use all these things. If it's not, your super heavy day, or going for a PR, take a couple days, a little lighter weight, and don't use these things just to kind of get a feel for it and let your body, just be used to not being assisted by some of these pieces of gear. This quick video was helpful, just going over some gear that I like to use occasionally for training lower body. Leave a comment if you guys use any of this stuff or if you have any opinions on it. Like, subscribe to the video, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.